Hello, everyone. Good evening. On the behalf of the organizing team of the hackathon and all the members of IEEE Computer Society VIT Chennai, we welcome you to the second speaker session of this event. We are glad to have with us Mr. Saurav Bhagat, who is currently a front end developer at Jumbotail. He has previously worked with JP Morgan as a software engineer. He has also been a software development intern at Visa and Vinual. He is an alumni of VIT Vellore. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation to be the speaker for this evening. Over to you, sir.
Hi, hi everyone. Thanks, Asita, for the great introduction. So yeah, you guys know my name and what I have done in past. So it's great to be a speaker in a hackathon, especially organized by VIT Vellore and IEEE CS. So yeah, I was also I have done my BTech from VIT Vellore. So you must be knowing like about the college. Yeah. So in VIT Vellore also there was IEEE CS and so I was actively part of various chapters in VIT. So one of them was ACM and other one was GDG. So at that time we used to call it GDG, but now I think it's changed, something called DSC, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, as a part of a chapter or club in college, we also organized multiple hackathons there, and I remember collaborating with IEEE CS multiple times also. So yeah, it was a great experience. So yeah, glad to be part of the hackathon as a speaker. So I hope all the participants and the organizing team are doing great, and the coding and all is going on, and hope they come out with good products at the end. And yeah, I also saw the website, and there are exciting prizes, guys, so don't miss. Okay, so now coming to the topic. Before that, like I can see there are 12 participants. So like feel free to like ping me in between and stop me and ask anything if you have in mind. Okay, this is not strictly related to the topic, which is how to be how to win as a hacker mindset in a corporate world. This is not strictly related to that. As you know that I have been part of various hackathons previously, and like I was part of VIT also. So you can ask me any random question. Okay, I'm just about 2 to 3 years senior to you, so I might be helpful in regard to the hackathons, jobs, anything. So you guys can ask anything which you have in mind. Okay, so this is a half an hour session. So we are starting at 6:14. So we'll take it up to 6:40, 45. Okay, that's fine. Uh, yeah. So coming to the topic, uh, how to win as a hacker in corporate world. Okay. Okay. So hacker, how many of you understand here what the term hacker means basically? Can anyone unmute yourself and tell what does the term hacker means in the like the topic of the session? Is it related to hacking or something? What does it mean? Anyone? So you guys are from VIT Chennai, and I expect some conversation going on between us because otherwise it will be a boring session, just like some VIT teacher is giving.
Let's say coding.
Coding, nice.
I mean, a person who codes for corporate.
Okay, great, great. Anything else? I want to hear a specific term regarding this. Try, everyone try. So coding and person who codes was perfectly fine. Okay, so basically the hacker means is what it means is problem solver. Okay, so you guys are currently sitting in an hackathon and it has a term hack. What does hack mean? You get a lot of problem statement, right? and you try to come up with a solution, cool solution, great solution, which can grow and solve it like in a scale, and is a great solution which is not existing yet in the market or in the world. So hack means basically solving a problem. So that is what means hacker, hacker in a corporate world. And of course there is a other meaning attached to the term hacker also, like what is in the in aspect of security terms. So white hat hacking and black hat hacking, things like those. So we are not talking about that right now. So we are talking about solving problems, correct? So, and what could be the better platform like other than hackathon to talk about this topic? Okay, so right now you guys are in sitting in a hackathon, and you guys are trying to solve a problem. All of you must have picked up a problem statement which you think you can come up with a great solution, and you are doing that right now. So how to be a great hacker in that? Okay. And so yeah, only difference is I'm not talking about hackathon, but in general corporate, in general job, in general anywhere you goes. So you all are software developer ultimately. You are going to be a software developer, or God knows after 4 years you might be might get interested in becoming a pilot, so you will just drop out. So that is perfectly fine. But yeah, right now we are there. So talking about corporate world. So when I get my placement from VIT Vellore at JP Morgan's, okay. So you must be knowing about JP Morgan Chase and Co. It's a bank in US. So there I used to be a software developer. So I like I was there for around 1.5 years. So it's a complete corporate setup. It's a big MNC, you guys know. So in terms of employee, in terms of software developer, after Amazon, I guess JP Morgan ranks second or third in terms of employment. Okay, of software developer. Other not like there are a lot of delivery guys and managers, and a lot of them are in Amazon. We are not counting them. But in terms of software developer, just think JP Morgan is a bank, but it hires most software developers after Amazon. In India we are talking, not in world. Okay. So after, so yeah, you might have heard that last year also it took around 100 engineers from VIT Vellore. 100, just imagine. So this is the numbers. What I'm trying to say is I was in a complete corporate setup for 1.5 year. And as you know my background a little, I was part of chapters and clubs and hackathons. So I used to be a developer in my college time. Okay. I used to be a developer, and specifically front end developer. I used to make websites. So by website, I mean web apps, and not like the presentational websites. So yeah, when I went to the job in 2020, like I was very much like not aligning with the work there, not like the goals which were expected from me, and the type of work setup which was there. I was not like comfortable. I was not able to give my best. I was not able to perform best because I didn't like the job. And it's not like JP Morgan does not provide good job. The job was great, pay was great, everything was great, but it was not aligning to my interest, my goals. So that was very different setup. Okay. So when you go into such kind of job, and I hear this from a lot of my friends, even if they are in Amazon, Google, Facebook, anywhere they are there, they complain about these things. Okay. So this is perfectly fine, because even if you want to go to some company, big company, suppose Google. So in Google there are thousands of teams. Okay. Even if you work for Google, but you might be in a team which does completely different to what we think Google is doing. Okay. So you might be getting something which is not like interesting to you. So that might happen. So what to do in that case? Okay. So there might be some those kind of situations. So yeah, first of all, if you want to be a great software engineer, after 2 3 years, after 5 years, if you want to see yourself as a great software engineer, okay, there are few principles you need to follow from the first day. From the first day, even if doesn't matter which kind of job you are in, you have to follow such kind of principles. And those are, first of all, first of all, you need to understand this thing. You are a software engineer, right? So software engineer is very like ununderstood term, I would say, because mechanical engineer is defined, civil engineer is defined, that you have to build something, you have to design something, but software engineer is very unorganized. You can just copy paste code from anywhere and you can make a website, and you can call yourself a software engineer, right? And what so that is not engineering. Suppose you guys are making right now something, so you guys can just take the code and write something, and at the end of the hackathon you guys have some product. So that is not that might be a good solution, okay, and if you have really solved it, that is very great. But if you have just made something taken something from internet and just replicated it, that is not a engineer, that is not called engineering also. Right. So in perspective, when you come, there are two types of people, okay, people one and people two. So people one are those who get some task. In company we get Jira, so who get some Jiras and they try to solve them. Like I get one Jira if in a day, so I'll, even if it take 1 hour to solve it, to complete it, I'll just report in the like in the scrum call or next day to the team that okay, it took me 1 day. And how can they figure out? Like I would just say ki it took 1 day. I it was taking time for me to debug the problem or to write the code, and on the next day I can say that it took me 1 day. So they are also surviving and they are doing perfectly fine. They are getting salary at the end of the month. But these kind of people can't be a good software engineer, can't be a better software engineering at the end of 1 year or 2 year. Okay. They are just like passing their time at the job. And the other kind of people are who get Jira. So I'm not talking about first bencher who complete his homework or her homework before the teacher gives. I'm not talking about those kind of situation. But what the goal was to be a good software engineer, right? So we get a Jira, that is defined that you will get a Jira or you will get a task. But you have to think like from an engineering perspective. So how are you solving that problem, and which, like suppose you get to make something feature A, so you need to check how this feature is impacting other features in your application, how this feature is going to change the behavior of your application. You so how people, when people A will do that, he will just code a feature. And I'll tell frankly that feature coding feature is not important and is not even considered as software engineering. If coding feature is software engineering, then all the companies will hire interns from college or internshala, and they will get the features done. But that is not engineering. Okay, engineering is understanding the complete system and how even one line of code can affect what parts of the system, and how things can be optimized. And by optimization I don't always mean like time complexity and space complexity, but yeah, that includes that also. But optimized in the sense how a code can be written in a better way, how a code can be more readable. If suppose you write a code today and you leave the job, so tomorrow some new person come and he sees the code for the first time. So the code should be understandable enough at a first like glance or something, that okay, what does it do? A small comment, a small documentation, a good variable name. So these are the points which means a good code, which means a good optimization thinking. Okay. So what I was trying to explain was what principles do you need if you want to become a good software engineer at the end of 2 or 3 years of the start of your career. Okay. So this was the first principle: don't be person A, be person B. Think, run your like brain and think how can you do better. It's not that you have to do your homework first, like कि काम मिलने से पहले ही काम कर दें, या फिर काम जल्दी से खत्म करके, if task is of 1 hour, then you do it in 50 minutes and go to the manager, okay, give me another task, I have completed it. No, I'm not talking about that. Okay, that is different. If you want promotion and good salary, you can do that, but that is not expected. Okay, that is not expected from person B. What I explained was, person B looks for things which can be optimized, how he can do better with the same feature or same bug which he is solving. So yeah, be person B. If you want to be, like, keep this as a as your first principle, always in a hackathon. In a hackathon you can't think about better code and all, but in corporate world I'm talking about. So this was the first point. Okay, now come to second point. So there is a very famous thing, like, or a quote which goes around product management or in corporate setup, that is output versus outcome. Okay, so okay, can anyone tell me about the difference about output versus outcome? Anything which comes to your mind, random. What does output mean and what does outcome mean? Any random guess? No? Okay, so no problem. Okay, so I'll tell. In terms of hackathon only, okay, you guys will understand it very easily. So what happens is, you all have taken some problem statement in the hackathon, right? You all have taken a problem statement. Now you have also thought about the solution. Solution is in place. Like, you have thought about it, you have written about it, you have discussed about it. Now at the end of 2 day or whatever the duration of hackathon is, you want that you reach as close as possible to that solution through your code. Okay, that is the ultimate goal. Okay, but what will happen with time is, you will solve something different. Like, ultimate, at the end of the day, you have not solved it, but you although you have spent all the time, you have spent all the 48 hours, you have done something, but you are not near to the solution. What happened? What did you do in those 48 hours? You have given all your time, right? So what you do is output. Okay, and what is the result is the outcome. So principle 2 is, focus on the outcome, not on the output. Okay, focus on the outcome. Always think about the goal. What is the goal? What is the solution which you want to develop? And then make the steps, then make the objectives to reach there. Okay, suppose you have planned to make a in your hackathon, you have planned to make a, suppose there is a problem statement that you have to do something for women traveling at night. So there are some problems, right? So you have to make an app where basically she can notify nearest police station, nearest like his relative or his brother, father, in anyone with one click through your app. So you thought about this solution. Okay, now what you did was, in 48 hours you coded a good application, a mobile app, in which you have functionalities like sign in with Google, sign in with Facebook, sign in with GitHub, sign in with Twitter, sign in with whatnot. And everything you have did, you can edit your profile, you can upload your profile picture, you can do all those things. But there is no SOS feature. There is no button which you can tap and send notification to all the people which needs to be notified. Okay, so this is not outcome. This is not what needs to be done. So basically, focus on outcome, not output. Okay, this is the second most important principle which you need to keep in mind. Don't spend time on things which does not matter, which does not create impact, which does not create value. Okay, in corporate also, if you are doing something, ask yourself, what does this do? What does this will do at the end? So what is the goal through this task? What is the goal through this line of code? So this is the second principle. So can anyone tell me the two principle which I told? I don't want to waste your 30 minutes, guys. I have been to a lot of hackathon, and I know the importance of 15 minutes also. 15 minutes of sleep, if you can get, that will be very productive. So, so if you're not listening, you feel free to just go and code your application. I'll be very happy if you win this hackathon. So please tell me the two principle. Anyone? No? Okay, second one. No. Okay, I'll repeat. Okay. So first one was person A and person B. So you try to be person B who think, use his brain to do something which needs to be done in a good way. Okay, in a better way. Second was output versus outcome. First, think what impact your change will make, your code will make, what impact your feature, what your time will make. Okay, then try to do things. Third thing is feedback, code review. So suppose ऐसा होता है, like you coded in hackathon, you made a product, then you go to your room, you are showing your friend that okay, he's a good coder or developer, your friend, but he did not attend hackathon because he don't like that environment, to code in that environment. So you went there, you went to the room and show the code to him, and he is seeing the code and say that like क्या code लिखा है ये, क्या code है यार. So you will get hurt, your ego will get hurt and say that what is not good there, everything is fine, or you can say things like that. And you might have heard people saying that इतना खराब कोड लिखता है ये, या फिर "अ, बहुत ही खराब कोड है ये." तो what is this खराब कोड? Okay, so ask what is the खराब, where is the खराब. ठीक है, take feedback, take code review. And it's completely fine that code can be खराब. Program languages like JavaScript, uh, Python are unopinionated language. Okay, you can write anything which you want in object oriented way, in procedural way, in any way. Like you can write anything and things will work. Things will work. That is not problem. But code can be written in any way. Just think about a code of for filtering some elements from an array. Okay, that can be done in more than 10 ways in JavaScript, in one line also and in 10 line also. So code can be kharab, but the important part is, important principle which you need to follow is ask for feedback. If someone is saying code is kharab, ask what is kharab, tell me, I'll improve. Okay, even if you are in job, if you are in your job in corporate world, ask your mentors, ask your seniors, ask your juniors to review your code, and wait for the comments, wait for their comments, and then improve. Then think, first think, is this really bad, can I really improve? Like are you getting to know something new? Yeah, in my job in JP Morgan, I came to know about functional programming. Okay, in my 4 years at VIT, I never read about functional programming, I never explored functional programming. I knew a lot of things in college, I did lot of things, every domain I touched, but I never thought about what is functional programming. But when I come to know about what it is, and when I read more about it, I get to know a lot of things which can be applied in any programming concept, like in JavaScript, in Java. So from where did I get to know about functional programming? Through comments in my pull request, through comments in my pull request. So I was very open to feedback, I was very open to get more comments. Whenever I raise a PR, I just texted in the group, I just used to text in the group that okay, I have opened a PR, please review, everyone. So people review and they give various comments, sometimes in a like if in a file, in a PR of, suppose there is a change of 10 lines of code, I get 12 comments. But that was a great learning experience, I would say. So third principle is feedback. Again, okay, feedback, take feedback, don't hesitate, don't feel bad, don't get your ego hurt in that. Code can be kharab, okay? And my code was very kharab, used to very kharab in college. I have done a lot of, I have made a lot of applications in VIT, lot of, in hackathons we have done various applications, but I used to write very bad code. Okay, so fourth, first was person A, person B. You try to be person B. Second was output versus outcome. I'm smiling or laughing because I know most of you are not interested, but these are really important points. Okay, so yeah, these are really important points. If any one of you are seriously listening, try to incorporate these principles, and I like you will be like be a good software developer. It's not very hard, and these are the few basic things which you need to keep in your mind. Okay, so first one was person B, second one was output versus outcome, third one was feedback. ठीक है, fourth one is communication. ठीक है, and when again, so when I am saying communication, it does not mean speaking in English, talking in English or in any language. Okay, so communication means, are you able to convey the message what you have done? And again, you are at the best place right now in your hackathon. Are you able to pitch? Can you be able to pitch what you have done in 48 hours in 4 minutes? How? So that is the communication. That is the communication. If you are talking to the team about some solution to a complex technical problem, are you able to speak your out of your mind? Like, are you able to convey the solution which you have thought about? You can write code, that is completely fine, but if you have to explain it to the product managers, they are not technical, they are not they don't know about coding, so are you able to communicate it? So that is very important for a good software developer profile. Okay, if you are not able to communicate properly your solution, your work, then it will be a great loss. It will be a great loss to your time, your hard work. Okay, so learn about that. And in hackathon especially, this is a great opportunity to learn. If your friend is telling you to pitch, go and pitch. I pitched at my hackathon in JP Morgan. So in JP Morgan, they take code for good, and we scored rank 3 in that. So rank 2 in that runner up. So I pitched there, and it was my very first experience to pitch in a hackathon. I went a lot of hackathons in VIT, but I never pitched. I was very nervous. I used to be very nervous when someone say that go or you pitch. But in JP Morgan, there was no option. You have to do, otherwise you won't get you the job. So my teammate said, like you go pitch, you understand the problem, product. So I went there and I pitched. It was not very difficult. Okay, it was not very difficult. I did well, and we were runner up. So try. Okay, in hackathon, go pitch whatever you think. Just understand the solution which you have done and pitch. So the fourth principle was communication. Okay, don't fear. Okay, डर के आगे जीत है. ये तो fifth point, ठीक है. So I don't think I'm in a position to advise you guys. I'm not very senior to you. First of all, I'm not very. I'm not also very good software engineer right now. But yeah, I think these are the principles which can be followed to be a good software engineer, and these have worked for me. Worked for me uh, in all this time. Okay. Last point is, maybe last point. Always follow your interest. Okay, follow your interest. What do I mean by that? So I saw in the hackathon website there are tracks related to blockchain and Ethereum and whatnot. Okay, and these topics are going cool, like everyone is talking about Web3 and all. So when we used to be in college, these topics were not that hot at that time. Okay, उस समय what was going around, so machine learning, AI, deep learning, these were the terms which used to be famous. Now everyone is talking about Web3, blockchain, Ethereum, NFT and whatnot, things like those. Okay, DevOps is a hot topic. Kubernetes, Docker, things like that. AWS cloud, these are all old but still, yeah, relevant. uh, so follow your interest. But what I mean by that is, I used to be a front-end developer in college. Okay, and front-end developer is not so like what celebrated or what. famous. So either you need to be a full stack developer or backend developer. So because front end developer don't like write logics, this is a myth. And they write lot of CSS, and CSS is hard, and not hard but boring. And who writes CSS? Like, what kind of developer writes CSS, right? So no, don't think like that. Nothing is easy or hard. Just choose what interests you, what suits you. Okay. So it can be blockchain, it can be front end, it can be full stack, it can be backend, it can be DevOps, it can be machine learning, it can be anything, data science, whatever you think interests you, go in that path. Money is everywhere. If you think, if you want to earn money, ultimately money is everywhere, in every job, in every profile which I spoke. There is a lot of money in every profile. So if money is motivation, it should not be the like case ki money is in backend development or in any specific technology. No, money is everywhere. First point. Okay. Second point, then what is left? Interest. Go follow your interest, because money is in every domain. Third point, learning resource. For every technology, there are a lot of tons of learning resource in YouTube. You don't need to buy a 20,000 course to get good at uh, developing decentralized app, or developing a good CSS website, or Node.js website, anything. You can learn from free for free in YouTube. Okay. So these things are not uh, factors in which should stop you in your career path. Okay. So yeah, I spoke about 5 points. I guess time is like we reached the time. So first one was what impact you are making. What is the outcome you are achieving through your time, through your code. Second point was, what was second point?
Outcome versus output.
So this was second point. Yeah, first one was impact. Person B. Second point was outcome versus output. What goal you are going to solve. And for all the terms, all the points which I have spoke it in hackathon perspective. So I prepared just 1 hour before that. Okay, what could be beneficial for you guys? Okay, what could be benefit? What could benefit you guys? Because you are sitting in an hackathon environment right now. I don't want to waste your time. So third one was feedback. Always take feedback. Code can be kharab. Fourth one was communication. Go pitch after like a hackathon ends. Okay, pitch. If you there are three members, pitch all three can pitch. Speak, distribute among yourself. Like first minute you will speak, second minute I will speak, third minute I will speak. Pitch. There is nothing like if one person will pitch, then only judge will be impressed. There is no thing like that. Okay, so don't make up things like that in your mind. Fifth one was always follow your interest. So these are the 5 principles, I think, which if you will follow, you will be a great position after 2 3 years. Okay. Now I also thought about speaking on some things like how to get a good job after your college, like during your college placements, and how to prepare for that, and how to get a job using being a developer. So as a developer, we don't like competitive coding, or at least I didn't like in my college time. Okay, but yeah, I got multiple offers in college, and plus right now also I switched from JP Morgan. I had multiple offers, but I chose the one which were giving me good money plus other aspects. Okay, so that is not, again, so I'll just speak one line. That is not a issue that if you don't do competitive programming or coding, you won't get a good job. This is not a case, but at the same time I would suggest code, at least practice some DSA questions to get a good campus placement. And then once you come into the field, then just hone your skills at what interests you. Okay. So yeah, that was one point I wanted to speak about. Other than that, I think that is enough. And I hope I've not wasted your precious time. And I have spoken something which can add some value to your career, your life. And now I'll just give you 5 minutes to ask anything which you think in which is coming to your mind. Ask, then we can close this session. And if you don't have any doubt, then I'll wait for 2 minutes and then we can close. Okay. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was indeed a wonderful session and it was very informative. I am also a first year student, and as a first year student, was very motivating and inspiring. And all the participants, I hope that all of you might have taken a lot of things from this session and might have learned a lot of things. So, if you have any queries, please feel free to ask.
Yeah. Thanks, Ishita.
I have one question. What points should we cover in a pitch? I mean, after the hackathon. I mean, it's short time. What the major points should we cover?
Great, Aditya. Great question. So, as a judge, if I would be the judge in a hackathon, so what points I would look into? Okay. First of all, everyone is solving the same problem. Suppose everyone is solving a same problem statement. So you guys came up with some solution. Okay. Now you have the solution. So what differentiate you from the other problem solvers? Okay, other teams. So the main points in a pitch which should be present are, first of all, you should be explaining your solution perfectly, like how exactly you are solving, nothing extra. Just keep it crisp and to the point, that how are you solving this problem. Don't speak anything extra. Okay, first is that. Second thing is how it will scale, how it will grow. You might have watched Shark Tank, ठीक है, तो you might have seen this concept कि how it will scale. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि एक प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने में 100 मैनुअल आदमियों का वो चाहिए, हाथ चाहिए. ठीक है, so then that is not a good problem, good solution. So it should be scalable. It should be a good problem, good solution. Cover different corner cases, like suppose जैसे we discussed one problem, right? So suppose there are internet problems. So how would then a girl will send SOS message? She is in some remote area. So consider these kind of cases, and if you will add any one point of corner cases like this, it will add a great value to your solution. Okay. So suppose instead of Google Map or map, you add something which can be done without internet in offline also. So things like that. So yeah, include those points, and mostly don't be much technical in the pitch. Be more focused on the product and business perspective. If it is business making, be on that business side or solution side. Don't be more technical on your pitch. What I would lastly say. Yeah. So keep these points in mind.
So someone has asked you a query in the chat. Where can they contact you?
Okay. I can share my number if you guys want. You can text me in WhatsApp, and or even call me if you need anything in hackathon. Okay. And yeah, one more point I would add to that question is, you don't need to code everything. Okay, to win the hackathon. You just need to speak in the pitch. So keep this in mind. Even if your solution is not complete, your pitch should be complete. Pitch should be perfect. Okay. So yeah, take my number if I can be of any help. Yeah. Okay. Any more doubts? We have 2 minutes. No. Okay, I think thank you guys. It was it was not very interactive, but it was good speaking to you all. I felt great. And yeah, feel free to reach out to me and ask anything if regarding hackathon or in general regarding college or job or anything. Okay? All the best. All the best to everyone, to all the participants, to all the organizing team, and congratulations IEEE also to for organizing such a big hackathon, inviting all the companies and inviting such a great participants. So yeah, thanks to all. Bye.
Thank you, sir. And thank you, everyone.